These guys played earlier in the festival. They are a fascinating and interesting improv group. It's probably unlike any other improv you've ever seen. So without further ado, let's work up the turbine one more time.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Improsia has not yet arrived. We are out gathering information. I am Ms. Davenport, cultural attaché to Improsia. Now, before we begin tonight, I must first set a few ground rules. Tonight, Improsia will not touch you. Physically. If they do indeed touch you, please raise your right hand. Everyone raise your right hand. If you raise your right hand, I will be with you shortly. Very nice. Now, Improsia will need a suggestion tonight, but not any old suggestion. Tonight, Improsia will need a suggestion of a moral, ethical dilemma, such as if one sees litter on the ground, does one pick it up or simply leave it there? Now, a moral, ethical dilemma may be in the arena of love or friendship, travel, any sort of thing. Now, those of you that have a moral, ethical dilemma, please raise your right hands. Yes, you.
Do we spend our tax dollars helping people that need help abroad or the people in our country need help?
Okay, so basically, do we use what we have to help people that are not within our society or close to us? Or do we use our money to help people far, far away? Has this personally affected you recently?
Only emotionally.
Oh, how emotionally? Tell me.
Well, I feel bad.
You feel bad?
You know?
Ah! Sorry. Improsia.
Thank you, Ms. Davenport.
Thank you, Ms. Davenport.
Are your briefcases filled?
Yes, Ms. Davenport.
Very good, gentlemen.
In this case, is the comedy.
In this case, the drama.
In this case, the smarts.
But I earn it, right? I earn it. I make it myself. I sit there and I get myself an education. That's what I do, right? I slave away and I can do whatever I want to with my own paycheck. I don't need to, when you vote, when you do your taxes, there's that little checkbox, you want to give $4 to the Democratic Party? Like, shit, no, I don't want to give $4 to the Democratic Party. They're the ones who screwed up this whole,
in the House.
they're the ones who screwed up this whole economy to begin with. They don't need more $4.
Don't curse in the House.
I'm sorry. But I get to do with it as I please. If I have $4 extra, and I have more than $4 extra, I want to give it to anybody I want. I'd rather just give it out to a bum on the street than or mail it to.
We don't use the word bum. Homeless people. Okay? Homeless people.
When did bum go out of fashion?
Bum went out of fashion a long time ago. Please use the correct form of
I'm not
what people
aware
are
of
called.
bum going out of fashion.
Did you know bum is short for bummery? Bummery was an offensive term back in the late 1600s.
Listen to your father.
You have so much knowledge in your head. It's a wonder that don't make more money than you do.
Not all of us can make as much as our successful little boy.
Well, you know, you just hit it. What are you doing, Dad?
I want you to feel what I'm feeling. I'm proud of you no matter what you do with your money. Now that is
I
not
am as well.
bad.
I am as well.
Do you want to
Thank
see
you.
how much he's
We
paying
love
in
you.
taxes?
What?
He's not paying that much in
No, I
taxes.
do not want to see that.
For $86,000 a year, you're not paying that much in taxes.
You make $86,000.
Our boy makes $86,000 a year.
Oh my lord.
I would prefer that you just not go around telling people how much
Oh
money I
my
make.
It's your
lord.
mother.
It is, yes, but my mother shouldn't go around telling me.
$86,000.
Mom,
Didn't you know?
No, I did not know.
I'm telling you, computers, they're amazing.
I make good money programming computers.
The boy makes so much money, it's unbelievable.
It's average for what I do. I've been in the field for 10 years now, and I make a good amount of money, and I get to spend it how I want.
And
You
what
should-
hurts me is that he's not married.
Write a program that makes it so you can distribute how your tax dollars are spent.
He doesn't have a house.
That's a great idea.
He hasn't introduced me to anyone that he's been dating.
Wow, that's terrible.
So where do you spend $86,000?
You know, I asked myself, where does Ted Turner spend
Where?
$1 billion? And you know where the answer to that
What?
is? The United Nations. He takes $1 billion and he dumps it off in like a big Ted Turner wheelbarrow or something and says, make the world a better place.
Are you saying my son is spending money on the United Nations? Is that what you're trying to draw here as a correlation?
He could spend it on the United Nations and then he would have an impact on like a third world nation. Right? You always
I
see
would
like
like him to have
Sally
an impact
Struthers
on a
on the
family.
television wanting you to give money out.
I would like him to have an impact on grandchildren. That's what I would like to have.
You want him to buy grandchildren? No, you can get those at third world nations.
Stop it.
No, you can. And
Stop
he
it.
works in the internet, right? He works on the internet. This steak is so tough.
And you know why? You know why? This beef comes from like Peru or something.
Oh, you know what? It's probably not beef. It's probably camel.
Could be. They
Llama.
don't have camels there. They don't.
Llama. They eat llama there. I'm not gonna eat
$86,000 is what I'm
If
saying.
he sends his money to the United Nations, it'd probably be to bring llama over to America.
My son is not involved in llama trading. Just stop it.
I'm not saying
Just stop it.
I don't know what your son's doing with his
He does
money.
computers. Some sort of computer
What does it mean
thing.
to do computers?
I have no
anyway?
idea. I
Like
don't
people,
follow.
when we use the word do something
Yes.
back in the day, like you do an object, it's the sexual thing.
Oh, you stop it.
And I don't know.
We are talking about my son.
I know, he's kind of asexual.
That's not a bad idea. I'm trying to think of how you can legally be the one to distribute your own tax dollars. It's not a bad idea, though. I think we could make some sort of money on that. Would you be willing to program it for not tax dollars?
Muriel, you just called my son asexual.
Any money you could donate, like let's say just personal stuff. You write the program for personal, not taxes.
Yeah, just write it for personal stuff, not taxes. Do whatever you want to do.
I prefer to think of my son as someone who is sexual towards leading towards a grandchild.
Think about it. You could write a program that made it rain money from the sky at random. You know,
Can you really do that?
we could call it hurricane or something.
I bet you he is having as much sex as anyone.
Can you do that? Can you write a money
You
from the sky?
punch a button. You remember that Twilight Zone where you push a button and you get $1 million and someone dies?
I know he's having more sex than you.
Something like that, but with less death.
Even with your new assisted living place. Trust me, I know he is.
You can make whatever. I'm not going to do that.
Please.
I'm going to spend my money the way I want to spend my money.
Not actually like pressing a button and killing someone.
You know, and he's my boss, but I don't even know what you do here. I don't even know what you do here.
You professionally doesn't work here.
He just addressed me.
Yeah.
No one's supposed to address me besides you.
Well, that's because you don't actually work here. It doesn't work here. Don't worry about it.
I prefer not to discuss my money and what I make and what I do with my money in front of strangers. I just had this conversation with my mom.
Your mom's not a stranger.
No, my mom's not a stranger, but I've asked her not to, and then you bring in a guy that I don't know, and you're saying...
Ted.
But the fact that you told me his name doesn't make me feel any
It's
better.
a name tag.
Right.
Ted.
I'm surprised you didn't catch it.
I caught the name, I
Okay.
caught the name tag. It says, it's only 3 freaking letters.
See what it says above it? Security. Ted.
Okay, for a split second, I thought maybe it was an acronym like TSA,
No.
TD,
No, Ted.
the Educational Department. Or
It does
something.
mean theater.
What? I'll write a program. I can write a program to make money, and then we can distribute that money. But I'm not going to make a program to distribute my money.
Whoa! Program to make. That
Money.
sounds highly illegal.
Am I supposed to be hearing this
You're
conversation or not?
fine.
Okay.
If you can do that, if you can write me both of those programs, both the one to distribute your money and make your money.
How? I have a, just before I go, I have another question for you.
All right, you can go at any time.
How did you get into a position of authority?
I own the company, right? So I can do what I want. Started in college, I had the idea. I said I'm going to own a company one day.
Have you been telling people how much money I make?
Huh?
Have you been telling people how much money I make?
Why would I do something like that, honey?
I'm not saying.
Why would I do something? Honey, why?
Because, Mom, you know how some people like sleepwalk? You kind of do it when you're awake.
That's
Are
ridiculous.
you gonna let your son talk to me this way?
Well, it doesn't make
Are
any
you?
sense.
Are you?
You can't sleepwalk when you're awake. That's just walking.
It's saying that you do things involuntarily. You don't even know that you're doing those things.
Ah.
And I'm saying that Mom is she's somehow telling people how, I mean, like, did you talk to Miriam lately?
Maybe. I meet Miriam all the time. We have lunch, and then sometimes we have drinks afterwards. I don't get what you're getting at.
Did you tell Miriam
Yeah.
how much money I make?
I
What
caught
are you
on.
doing?
No, I just caught on to what this boy was saying.
What?
I don't want to feel what you feel all the time, Dad.
What are you getting at? What are you getting at?
Pepto-Bismol or something.
That time. No, he's upset. You might have told Miriam how much he makes.
You are on his side. You are on his side.
On this one, I believe I've tilted.
I just asked you a question, Mom. Did you tell Miriam?
I think you can both wait for dinner.
Oh. Don't worry about it. If she gets uppity, I will take you to Skipper's.
Dad, I make $86,000 a year. We don't have to eat at Skipper's.
Where do you want to take me then? I'm up for. This is an implication I will take.
Pick a place. We can go to the new Wolfgang Puck restaurant.
Crab pot. I want a hammer and a bib. You go get my Macintosh.
You want to go to Crab Pot?
I do.
If you do, I'm trying a different cup now.
Are you?
I made sure it didn't say it was from Paraguay or Uruguay or Peru or any of those places with llamas. That's what I'm trying. Just some steak. Just maybe my wrists just don't work very
Can't you learn to shut your mouth?
What did I do?
Don't talk to my mom that way.
What did I do? You come over here during our lunch and you just... What? What did I do?
You have been talking again, haven't you? I thought our conversations were private. I thought I could trust you. I feel like there's been there's a sense of something that I shared with you about my frustration with my son that now I've shared with you.
I didn't tell anyone your son's asexual.
I am not talking about his sexual preferences.
It's a sexual lack of preference.
Do you talk about my sexual preferences?
No.
You're too young to have a sexual preference.
That's not true.
Well, this conversation just went from tense to a little tenser.
What kinds of sexual preferences are you talking about?
I don't want to talk about it. Cut your meat, Mom.
This conversation has not ended.
I would never allow my son to talk to me that way.
Is it true your son makes $86,000 a year?
You see? This is what I'm saying. This is what I am saying.
Is that the knowledge that's not supposed to
That is
get
not
out?
supposed to. It is private. I thought our conversations were
Well,
private.
you're supposed to tell me if I'm not supposed to tell him. It's like, it's a tattletale. You know, you're acting like
I don't talk
Martha
about your
Brady.
meat. I don't talk about all the meat you eat when we go out. Okay? I don't tell your doctors. So, I think that's just a quid pro quo.
The school is secret's not a secret unless it's whispered.
Who do you want to have sex with? This is what we're talking about.
Chewy.
I want to finish eating regularly.
Can't understand you. You sound like Uncle Frank.
Is there any part of this conversation that you want me to remember?
It's weird talking to you when the boss isn't even here. He told me to ignore you.
He's not here right now.
So you're telling me you're the only person I can talk to?
When he's here, he is the conduit. He talks to me, and then I talk to you. When he's not here, you talk to me, I talk to him. It's a reverse conduit.
Okay. Tell him that I think I got an idea on how to distribute money, and that practical application of it can go whichever way he wants. If you want to do it for taxes, or how your taxes are spent, fine. And I think that's where we should go with it. But I've completed his wish. Use it for it. Tell him. Okay? I can't search tap your chest, but I know what it's like, so I'm not gonna.
You touch me and I'll kill you. I need you to draw me a flowchart about what you just said.
Now?
Yeah.
God, my mom thinks I'm having sex with something.
I'm not
I don't even know
artist.
what. Just sometimes I just think that, like about things, like you know about sex stuff, right? There's this show, Sex and the City. It's not like I haven't ever seen it. God, it's horrible though.
I've seen it.
Yeah. What?
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 Nothing. Just thinking.
My neighbor makes $86,000 a year.
Get the fuck out of here. Dude, he can probably buy any game he wants to.
Totally. Porn on.
Yeah.
I would buy so much porn. I would take all my extra money and I'd spend half of it on porn and give the other half to the United Nations. And
Dude,
the
that
fun
is-
part is seeing which one gets a better result.
I mean, what if, no, I'm just thinking here of like a sense of like ease for yourself, right? What if you ease, right? Right, because you're talking about you had to buy two things. What if you bought porn for the United Nations?
Everybody jacking off, no one would fight. Like, think about that.
Yeah.
Those times when you're frustrated,
Right.
and then you're not frustrated for 3 hours.
You don't want to touch me when you talk like that. It just makes me a little uncomfortable.
Sorry. What am I supposed to do when I talk about that? I'm not going to touch myself in front of you.
Don't do that either.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Awkward.
How much does porn cost?
$10.
No way.
I think we should be giving more to the roads.
The roads?
I was driving home, I drove by our son's work. It was bumpy. And he drives a Volkswagen, right?
Yeah, one of the new ones, a GTI, red.
Yeah. It's a good car.
It
I don't
is.
want him driving on that. I thought about what he talked about distributing, right? And how maybe it's not fair that we're given aid for a road in China, when the roads here.
China can buy their own goddamn roads. Okay?
China's just a metaphor for another country.
Right. I mean, if you're gonna pick a place to buy a road, pick a place that can't afford roads.
Greece. Greece is out of money, right?
Greece is out of money.
Okay, so
Greece already has roads.
are they famous for that?
Yes.
Oh.
Roman roads.
Well, that's
Right.
it. That's all roads lead to Rome.
It's
So okay, what if someone in Greece doesn't want to go to Rome?
right.
Meanwhile, our son's driving a finely crafted German automobile. Those are not cheap.
No, they're not.
I don't think that, I don't know, I think we should donate money to the Department of Transportation.
What have you done? Okay.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I don't know what
What
you're talking about.
are you telling people? Because now I have people coming up to me and saying that I don't like sex. How is that? What is that? I even had, that conversation didn't even happen here.
Does our son not like sex?
No, he must let you learned a good sexual appetite from your father and I.
See these thighs? Time test.
I don't want to feel what you feel.
Now you're just being sick.
Yeah.
That's gross. You know I like your knees. Your mother is 66 and those knees are
Don't.
not sagging.
Don't. It's like a horror movie in my own house.
I'm gonna get a cobbler.
I'm going to take this extra money that I made, and I'm just going to give it away. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give that money away.
To whom?
To,
To the Department of Transportation.
why would I give it to them?
So you can drive.
I already pay taxes. I'm going to give it to people who don't benefit from my tax money. Right? Like homeless people, they don't benefit because they don't have a home. That's what makes them homeless.
Thank you for using the correct term.
Just so you know, the correct term for someone who likes one gender of the same is homosexual, and asexual is they just don't have a gender.
I didn't even know
I
our
don't
son
know what
didn't.
you're talking about. No, I don't either. Listen to your father.
Is there something you'd like to tell us?
No, I don't want to tell you anything. Apparently you know something I haven't even told you. The reason I'm good at computer programming, the reason I make $86,000 a year is because I have absolutely no interest in sex.
You just haven't met the right girl.
I haven't met the right entity.
Now you're just talking crazy.
Girls think I'm gay. Guys think I'm just a loser.
I don't think you're a loser, and I'm a guy.
I'm gonna take my money and I'm gonna spend it on someone who needs it. Me. I need training in how to be a creature, an animal.
He said entity.
I need to know how to
You can't have grandchildren with an entity.
take this intellectual brain of mine and turn it into cheap porn for just a night.
I don't know what to think about that.
I'm just saying, like, not actually a porn dad, I'm just, like, I don't know. I look at sex and I don't even think anything. I think, man, you know, they now do that link programming inside of C#, which makes it easier to attach to databases. And, you know, I'm watching breasts and penises. I'm like, God, which of these created that thought? Now you feel what I feel.
Maybe he likes both boys and girls, and like a hermaphrodite thing.
You are really not comforting.
I didn't know you needed comfort. Come here. Come here. Come here. I'll come to you. Oh, it's okay.
How am I supposed to have? I mean, the family name is going to stop. It's just going to stop right there. That's it. We no longer exist. Ferguson name, done. Not another one.
You'll get something. People can adopt nowadays. Maybe that's it. Maybe he just needs to adopt. Walton here, he's not adopted, but
Don't bring me into this.
Walton,
What?
do you have a sexual attraction?
We've gone over this with Walton.
Yes, I do.
Maybe Walton should spend some time with your boy. Oh, just he could teach your boy about.
I do not want my son hanging out with a 14-year-old.
From the way you described it, it'd be perfectly safe.
Let's not take that chance.
Probably right. Walton,
What?
go to your room. Stay there first. Well, is there anything I can do?
Not unless you know any very smart, maybe slightly manly women that I can introduce him to.
Well, what about the Taylor girl down the street?
She's hot.
Well, then that wouldn't work.
We don't know.
Oh, he said she's hot.
Right.
You like girls, Walton.
Well, lucky you, Muriel. Lucky you.
No grandbabies yet. Wait. Who's not hot, Walton? Name someone who's not attractive.
Jessica Alba.
Where does she live?
Movie star, huh?
That doesn't count. Who?
My son makes a lot of money. He might be a movie star. It's possible.
We should.
He could buy himself a woman, or a man, or whatever. Porn's only $10. How much is it live today?
How do you know how much porn costs?
Your son is discussing prostitution.
It's not the same thing if they're both paid.
I'm a minor, so it doesn't matter.
He's right, I can't ask him any more questions. This really may be the worst flowchart
just figured it's got all the pieces there where you take your money and then you invest the money overseas, and the money is actually paying yourself. And then so then you're taking the money back in and you're paying your own taxes with the money that you've invested overseas.
But if you invest it overseas, then the taxes overseas go to them, right?
Ted, look, your boss is going to understand, so if I can just leave you with the flow chart.
He's not my boss.
I'm going to take the chart with me, and I'll bring it back later, okay?
I think if you can find a way to get the money overseas to a country of our choosing, and then back to you, we could work on that. And looking at this flowchart, that might be an option. Because I don't understand it, so anything's possible.
Do you have contacts in countries?
Don't we all? I know you. You're in America, so yes.
I mean, outside of third worldish, developing, people who need money.
I decided I'm going into social work. You cannot believe the stuff I'm being asked to do at work by people that don't even work there, more or less. He's there. I assume he has a paycheck. You know what? I suspect that his paycheck is the part of my check that I don't get. That's why I don't give $4 extra to the Democratic Party.
You mean that there is more money that you make?
Mom, they take it out. It's called taxes. They take tax money out.
So you think he's
That's okay.
paid with tax money?
It's kind of like a G-man black ops. What do you point
I was trying to touch him.
We've had this conversation.
I know, that's why you're standing there.
It reeks of subterfuge.
What if he works for Medicare?
Right. And it's serving goodness.
Goodness.
Yes.
When did anyone say the health insurance industry was goodness?
For old people.
Sure.
I have $86,000 and I was going to spend it on your health care. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it right here.
We have health care.
But that is just beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, do whatever. What? I'm just going to buckets of money.
Right. Give your mother a hug. Give your mother a hug.
Thank you for thinking about our health and our future and the fact that you would pay for us.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too. Okay, okay, okay.